Hey, I'm RJ with KICK-EEZ, and I'm here with Chad of Chisel again. Great to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
And we are out at the Thunderstick Summit, hosted by Vancomp, and we have a couple new products you want to show us.
Yeah. Out here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. So we've just come out with our Remington 870 stock. This has been out for a couple months now, but we're finally showcasing it more in the public. So with our stock, this in the fully collapsed position, like a lot of our stuff, it's really adjustable. So you're getting a fully adjustable cheek piece, just like you are on our lever gun stocks. So this is going to ensure that you're going to get a good cheek weld, no matter what kind of shooter you are, what size your face is, what shape your face is. We're going to make sure that you always get a good cheek weld, which is especially important when you're shooting 12 gauge slugs or heavy buckshot. But one of the nicest features about these stocks is we've integrated on them the built-in RMR mount. This RMR mount cantilevers over the receiver somewhat, and it's in a nice rearward position. So this is unfamiliar to a lot of people because typically when people have spent the money, if their shotgun didn't come with an RMR mount like the Remington 870s.
Well, and this is a Vancomp one too, so it has their mounting plate on it and stuff.
Right. Yep. So you can send them off, you can get them drilled and tapped for these plates, but what the stock does allow you to do is not have to send them off, not have to get them drilled and tapped, or in the case of a Beretta 1301, it allows you to use the stock ghost ring sights in a lower 1/3 configuration where you can have the red dot in the rear and still have lower third backup sights in case the red dot does fail. So we think that's a nice feature. With that added feature, with the additional height, that's where having this adjustable cheek piece in the back really comes in handy, because as you're moving the optics higher on the gun, the stock, if you will, may not necessarily allow for a good cheek weld, a continued cheek weld on that. So in addition, in keeping with our adjustability on the stocks, the length of pulls on these are fully adjustable. In the fully collapsed position, the length of pull on these is about 11.5, 12 inches. And then you get 2 additional inches of extension from it.
Oh, nice.
So the reason we did that, and this was with input from Cody at Vancomp, he wanted a shorter length of pull. We sent him an initial prototype, and his thoughts on it were that the shortest length of pull was not going to necessarily accommodate somebody that was, wearing body armor, in a tactical type or law enforcement type position, where they've got all their gear on, they've got body armor on over top, and maybe they're the breacher or their weapon that they're going in with is the shotgun. So we made the stock so that it could collapse up fully in a nice short position, but also with that additional 2 inches of extension on it. If you have somebody like yourself,
like gangly arms like myself,
that's taller,
a weirder length of pull.
Taller person, longer arms. This is going to give them a more comfortable length of pull for if you're shooting all day, especially like these guys are out here. I think we were out here from 7 till 5
o'clock
yesterday.
Last night shooting them. Yeah.
So that's going to be really good for that. The one thing in particular on the Beretta version.
Yeah, you didn't even mention now you have one for the 1301.
Yep, that's right.
And has this even hit the market yet?
This has not. This has not hit the market. We have some announcements coming out about the 1301 stock and what its availability is going to be. But some people have already seen people putting on the mag pull stock onto their 1301s. But to do that, you have to purchase an adapter.
Yeah, I think this used to have the Aridis one on
Correct.
And
Yep, I think Aridis makes great stuff. We love their stuff. They actually make a part for us on the stock.
Oh, they do?
They do.
Are we going to be able to demo that to people later on?
We will.
Okay,
we will.
Perfect.
But typically with the 1301, you had to use some type of adapter to mount it from the mag pull to the 1301. We got rid of that. So rather than adapting a stock that wasn't made for this gun to this gun, is we made our stock adapter actually mate directly up with the receiver on the 1301. So
it looks so clean like that. I mean, it has the same lines as like obviously the Marlin and Henry ones you've done, but even the 870 and that, like, and I guess it was obviously made for the gun, but it really, really makes it look like it was made for the gun.
Yeah. So in doing that, whenever you swap out the stock version of the stock that comes on the 1301, Beretta uses a long pin that goes from the receiver all the way through the stock, and it's hid underneath the recoil pad at the back. But we'll remove that pin, and we'll do an install video later showing what I'm talking about.
And is this something that your average person can do at home, or should they seek their gunsmith?
So we swapped out probably 3 here yesterday, and each one took us 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's a real easy at-home job that's not intimidating.
Yep. So even going,
little parts aren't going to go flying.
No, not at all. So, and that's even going from either the Magpul stock to our stock, or the stock version of the stock to our stock. Either one, it's only going to take you about 5 minutes. And of course, we're using, on the rear, we're using the exact same recoil pad that we've been using on our lever gun stocks.
The KICK-EEZ recoil pad,
absolutely.
There.
Yeah, no, the KICK-EEZ recoil pad, I mean, these are great at soaking up, 45 70s, and they're just as good at soaking up the 12 gauge slugs and the heavy double aught buck loads out here. So this, for us, was the clear, easy choice. And in addition to that, our cheek pads, these are also made by KICK-EEZ,
this is
as
a
you
new
know.
product I think we're making for you guys.
It is,
as well, yeah.
It is. So we had to make the cheek piece a little smaller to be able to accommodate a broader range of length of pull. So in doing that, we had to lean on the KICK-EEZ folks to make us another cheek pad specifically for the shotgun versions of our stock also.
For this one.
Yep.
And one thing that you had told me earlier, which makes me actually even on this one, why we shifted the optic backwards. You told me that, and it makes total sense, if your optic's forward and then when you bring it back, you actually increase your field of view. Correct?
Absolutely. So, and we're going to do some tests on this later today, but we feel that by moving this red dot optic further back to the eye, and anybody at home, anybody watching this video can do this right now, but like you said, if you make a circle and you put that circle right in front of your eye and you see, how far this way can I see, how far this way, how high can I see, how low can I see, and then just move your finger out slightly, even just 5 inches or so, that field of view that you had before gets significantly more narrow. So we're actually going to take this up. They've got a beautiful sporting clays course up here at the Pro Gun Club in Las Vegas. We're going to take this up there, and we're going to shoot some sporting clays with this in the further back. And quite frankly,
1301 at sporting clays, that'll be fun.
Yeah, no, we're going to try it. We don't quite have the barrel length that we'd want, but really what I want to see is, does this help you that much more in picking up the clays and actually being able to track them? And that's why up until this point, most sporting clays are done with a bead sight, because you have that full open view in front of the gun. So we're trying to recreate that by pulling that red dot sight back closer to your eye. And in a tactical situation, obviously you're going to get more situational awareness.
Yeah.
So by having that bigger field of view, we're not putting guys in a tunnel looking through a hole further out on the gun. This is going to allow somebody like a breacher or somebody whose main weapon is a shotgun. This is going to allow them to be able to keep the gun up in either the low ready or the ready position and still have a good field of view of what's going on in front of them.
Perfect, perfect. And I'm sure, just because we're going to get this question in the comments, how much more does this weigh than the stock?
So, so this stock, fully assembled, weighs exactly 2 pounds, and that's with the RMR mount.
Okay, so a little bit more, but not that crazy.
It is going to be more than the stock weight. I don't know the weight of that. I do know that the Magpul comes in at 1.75 pounds, 1.7.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 1.75 pounds. So it is a 1/4 pound heavier than the Magpul stock, but 2 notes on that. One is we obviously are including the RMR mount up here, which that's going to add some additional weight. not quite the full 0.25 pounds. But the biggest comment that we've gotten on this is that it balances the gun. It's a more of a central balance point with our stock on it. So we've heard that from several of the shooters out here today, this week.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and talk to you soon.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.